Alright, in this installment we're going to show you how to create a custom header in your Google Classroom page. Okay, so at the top, okay, that whole section, okay, from just above our menu items, okay, that picture up there, that's what's known as a web header. Okay, so again, Google Classroom, your web page, okay, is an actual web page. Okay, so you'd use headers in blogs, okay, in regular websites, and anything. But I'm going to show you how to customize and make your own. Okay, so in here, if you click Select Theme, okay, you're able to go in here and pick from a variety within their gallery of different themes that you could place on your header. But if you want to create your own, if you want to create a fun, engaging assignment for your students, I actually had a couple of my students create them. They came out better than I could do them, and they came out a little bit better even than some of the stuff you see on here, which is pretty cool. Okay, and then they could take ownership of it too, and it's something that they enjoy, kind of some bragging rights over their classmates as well. Okay, so I'm going to do this using a Google slide, okay, to make life really easy. So if you don't have students with a lot of design skills, you don't have a photo editing software, you could do this on Google Slides and it will come out looking pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to actually access this through Drive. Okay, and I'm going to create something in my folder. Okay, so I'm going to click on New and then Google Slides. Okay, and you can set the layout up for this pretty quickly. Because right now I'm just going to call this, just going to give it a title. We'll just call this Custom Header. Okay, and I'm going to select a theme. So let's see, let's go with Beach Day. I'll X out of that. Okay, so the major thing we got to do is we got to set the size dimensions for this. So if we go back, okay, some websites online, okay, say this is 200 by 400 pixels. Okay, I've noticed when I use that, it's way too big, it's way too long compared to this. So when you put it on there, it cuts things off. Okay, we're going to go to File and we're going to go to Page Setup to change the size. Okay, but instead of what I just said, instead of keeping it widescreen or changing it to the air, we're going to click Custom. Okay, we're going to change the units to pixels. Okay, we're going to make this 800 by 200 pixels. Okay, and then click OK. Alright, so once we see that, okay, it shrinks this down. Okay, and it does look more like an actual banner. Okay, usually your header is going to look like an actual web banner. Okay, so you could use this for more than just Google Classroom. You could use this for designing a website, designing a blog, customizing it that way. Okay, so here we're just going to just type in Mr. I'll just put in like some sort of tagline. Learning happens. How about that? Sweet. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this text box. Okay, and what I had my students do, okay, it was just utilize the shapes in Classroom and just create like this very simple pattern. Okay, so I'm just going to create something. I'm just going to create like a 3-shape pattern. That's all we're going to go with. We can adjust the color by making sure that the shape is selected and clicking Fill Color. I'm just going to go with a solid gray. And I'm not too crazy about the outline. Make that transparent. Okay, so just make sure if you don't want like a border around it, that you go to line color and just make it transparent so that it doesn't exist anymore. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to paste this shape twice and just kind of make a design with just a square, okay, to show you just how easy it really is. Right, so I did something like that on my YouTube page. That's pretty cool. I might give this a white border. Kind of blends with the white background, but I'm going to do that for these ones also. Alright, cool. Okay, so there's a really basic shape, really basic design. Okay, I'm going to select all these by clicking, dragging over these. I'll make sure you just have those. Oh, I guess it selects the text box too. Okay, so another method is clicking on one. I'm going to hold my control button down and click the other two. Okay, so I have both. Make sure I have my 4 directional arrow key, and then I'll click, and I'll put this bottom right hand corner. That's cool. Okay, so once we have the design we want, okay, we got to download this from Slides as a picture file. So I'm going to go to File, Download As, and I'm going to download this as a JPEG. Okay, I'm just going to leave it in my downloads. There's really no need to put it anywhere, unless you want to save it and use it again. Okay, I would save it in a folder, obviously, something where it's easy to find. Okay, then I'm going to go back to my classroom page. I'm going to select Upload Photo. And I'm just going to click and drag it right here and drop it. And there you go. Okay, you got a brand new header. If I go back in, I might re-edit those shapes and bring them up a little bit. That doesn't look so bad. Okay. You notice too that the menu bar changes color. It adjusts with the color in the header, so that's pretty cool. So you don't have to worry about changing the theme or anything. Kind of readjusts it for you. Okay, the only thing with creating your own custom header is it leaves this kind of dark overlay over it. So it's gonna come out a little bit darker than your original picture intended. Okay, so if I were to redo this again, I might not move that. Okay, I would select these, okay, and just move these up a little bit. There you go. Okay, like so. Okay, and then download it and put it up there again. Okay, so this was just a quick installment of how to create a header, insert a custom header on Google Classroom. If you're a computers teacher or business apps teacher, this is a fun little offshoot assignment that you could do with your students. Even if you just use Google Classroom for any specific purpose, if you're looking for extra credit, that's a really cool way to get the students engaged. Every student that I had in class was a big fan of this, so it really went a long way in my class. Thanks for tuning in to Mr. Court EDU Tutorials. Until next time, best of luck.